The next workshop in the series looks at the last part of methodology, which is safety. Safety is quite easy to do at a lower level. Goggles, lab coat. For example, gloves you could talk about. But what we really want is specifics. So still under the methodology phase, we are really looking at what are the precautions that we need to take. We need to identify hazards, and these hazards need to be specific. They need to be relevant to the experiment that is being done. We want to talk about how to reduce the likelihood. So this is what we would do before. It's also helpful to have an idea of what to do afterwards, so response, if it did happen. You have to not list hazards that are irrelevant or very, very superficial. Glass breaking is a hazard, but it's very often not the most significant hazard. So if you've mentioned that, but you've failed to mention something that is very important, then obviously you wouldn't be conducting a safe experiment. Let me give you some examples. If we are using electricity, then we are going to have the hazard of electricity. The harm that it could do is electric shock, electrocution, fire. How could we reduce it? We could make sure that we are having no loose cables, no loose wires, no water or no liquids in the vicinity, short time period to ensure that it doesn't overheat. These would be ways to reduce shock, electrocution and fire. If it did happen, if we did have a fire, we would use a fire device such as a fire blanket or a sand bucket or a fire extinguisher to put out the fire. If there was electrocution, we would seek medical assistance, similarly with shock. If we've got something like acid, we don't just say acid in goggles. We'd say, okay, I've got hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is, depending on the concentration, let's say it's corrosive at the concentration we're looking to use it at. This is the hazard. This is an extension of the hazard. The harm that it could do is cause burns. If it can cause burns, how can we reduce the chances of that? We can wear goggles and we can wear gloves. Now, gloves isn't going to get you the mark by itself. You have to say chemical resistant gloves. Whereas if we were talking about electricity, or if we were talking about something that was heat, let's say on a Bunsen burner, and we're talking about gloves, we'd have to say heat-proof gloves to get the marking credit here. Going back to hydrochloric acid, we've got our hazard, our harm, we've got our precautions, and then our response. If it did happen, we would wash, whether it's in an ice station or wash under cold water for maybe 10 minutes and seek medical assistance. So what's the hazard? What's the thing that's going to cause the damage if we're not careful? What's the harm that it will do? How do we prevent it? And how do we cure it?